Hi guys, good afternoon. My name still remains Biodun Tutora DTM, the anchor of Catfish Solution Plays and Academy. Uh, as you can see today we are laying. That means we are installing a front yard tarpaulin pond to Mr. Fortune front house farm setting, which I do encourage. Every prospective farmer, a new beach farmer, to start something small and grow big. So, Mr. Fortune got my contact through my YouTube page, and he made contact to for a consultancy service. I was with him, which I think the video is on the YouTube too, in order to make some advice to give him a mentorship service. But getting there, there are some of the fault that was seen. The first one is the piping, that is the to get the water for the uh, from the inlet. And another thing is the land surface. That means we need to prepare the place to put the tanks or the pond in a surface area. So as you can see, the pond I brought in here is a 10 by 8 by 4, which can easily conveniently accommodate when you change your water regularly, you manage very well, can really can accommodate 700 to 1,000 pieces of fishes based on the melange size is going. So conveniently, it can still accommodate 1,500 to melange if it can manage the water very well, which I have advised him on how to achieve that great result. So we, by the time you will see in this video, the outlet, you will see it as well. We are working on the outlet too as well. When that means the drainage where the water will go, and the land, as you can see, the land is too slopey. So we are working on that too as well to make sure that we can maintain a balanced land, which I will be telling you on this tutorial on the disadvantages of many of these you need to know. So for those of us who did not know before I started moving on, I would like to tell you what is a tarpaulin pond, because I understand most people did not really understand what is a tarpaulin pond. Uh, as you can see, this is a galvanized tarpaulin pond. Yeah, a tarpaulin is a, I think everybody knows what they call a tarpaulin, but if you don't know, it is a strong and a thick sheet of a polyethylene, which you normally see on the road that people do use to do banners, used for signposts, used to cover things in the farm or in other places. It is made from other substance too as well. That means they have grade too as well, and it is resistant, it is waterproof, and it is well adjustable. As I said earlier, it is used, as you can see, this is what we call a tarpaulin that I'm holding in this video. So many people use it around to cover uh, their products, their ponds, their, if raining is falling, especially those people that are selling cement. That is what they use in covering their cement. That means it is water resistant, so that water will not affect the cement. So the quality of the tarpaulin, they have a different quality of tarpaulins, which is dependent of the manufacturers of the tarpaulin, and it quality is measured by GMS. So that means if you want to get tarpaulins, we have at least like three different quality of tarpaulin. We have the thick size, we have the medium size, and we have the smaller size. And this is based on the product based on prices too as well. So by the time you want to go for a tarpaulin, it now depends which kind of tarpaulin you want to go into. But on this video, I will advise, if you want to go for tarpaulins, it's better you go for the first grade or you go for the second grade. I don't normally encourage the third grade for a pond. I said it earlier that tarpaulin is being its quality is being measured by GMS. What is the meaning of GMS? GMS is the gram per square meters. That is the quality, how to measure the quality of a tarpaulin. But however, 200 to 530 GMS, that means gram per square meters tarpaulin sheet, can be used for just a smaller pond, which what I mean by smaller pond is that if you don't have much money and you think you just want to make something out, you can go for the lower. It's the lowest one. That means I can recommend from 200 to 530 GMS. That means the gram per square meter tarpaulin sheet can be used for 1 or 2 seasons. That means it can start confidently at least if a cropping season for like 2 to 3 years, if you can manage it very well. And I said earlier that tarpaulin pond is very, very durable. So with that, I will be pointing out some advantages of a tarpaulin pond, so that if you the essence of using a tarpaulin pond too is, well, because we have a lot of ponding system. We have the earthen pond system, we have the semi-earthen pond system, we have the cage system. But based on the surface pond, we have various of these. We have the plastic pond, like these. My boss here, when he invited me, he said he wants a plastic pond because he has been seeing that on my YouTube page, and I think he wants something like that. So I need to advise him that most pond he's been seeing on my YouTube page are on my hatchery side. So I use that to hatch. So I don't really encourage farmers to do grow out on a plastic tank. Why? Because some of these plastic tanks do take more spaces, like this black one. It take more spaces, and by the time you look at the liters is around 2,000 to 5,000 liters. And if you are having 2,000 to 5,000 liters, a tarpaulin pond that can give you more, as this tarpaulin pond you are seeing now, by the time we get the meter, let me just say we have 10 times 8 times 4 times 28.5. So by the time you calculate that, you can see that that gives you more than 5,000 liters of waters. And by the time you fabricate your tarpaulin pond, it's still very, very cheaper. You can maintain it. It's cheaper. It's easy to maintain. It doesn't take too much space than using a plastic tank. So my advice brought us to fabricating a tarpaulin pond for him. So as I said earlier, we have a different type of surface ponding system, which we have the tarpaulin, as you are seeing. We have the concrete tank, we have the fiber tank, we have the plastic tank, and other mini tanks too as well. But the most common one is the one I just mentioned. A commercial, like if you want to use it for a commercial purpose, I would advise that a commercial tarpaulin pond should be made with a GMS of a minimum of 500. That means the GMS I said before. If you don't forget, I told you that the GMS represents the gram per square meters. That means if you are running a commercial tarpaulin pond, I would advise you use a minimum of a GMS of 500 GMS tarpaulin sheet. So the benefits, most of the benefits of tarpaulin ponds are it is flexible, very, very flexible, as you can see too as well. Water can be adjusted, can be adjusted in the pond easily. That means you can change water in the pond anyhow. You can change the way you want it as soon as you have the outlet pipe on it. The management of ammonia is very, very easy, which is very, very important to as a best practice to attain a very, very good result for your farming season to make profit. Ammonia buffers reduces the growth of your fishes. So using a concrete pond is an added avenue to reduce the ammonia. That means, as I said earlier, it allows you to change water in your pond anytime, any day. So as you can see in this video, what you are watching is I'm trying to give analysis on how the drainage pipe will work. And what I'm doing, as you are seeing, is that I'm going to where the inlet pipe will be run from the back of the house to the side of the pond. So compared to others surface pond, tarpaulin has lot of benefit. It has a very less amount of water. The very less amount of water can be rotated in it. What I mean by that is that you can put just only 200 grams, depend on uh, the your stocking density. You can make it to the brim, so it is easier for you to do that. That means it is very, very replaceable of water compared to the recirculatory system. It is very, very easy to harvest your fish, unlike the eating pond and the semi-eating pond system, or the cage size pond. If you notice that if you have a fish and you call this market woman to come and buy your fish, the first question they ask is that, is it a concrete pond or a tarpaulin pond? So by the time you tell them it's a tarpaulin pond, they will easily rush to come and pick your fishes compared to the eating pond system. Another advantage of eating pond is that it allows the market, it allows negotiation. So when the market woman come to pick your fishes, you can lower the water or make the water very, very neat as they are coming in the morning, so that you can negotiate your price, because this is where most farmers are getting it wrong in fish farming. Negotiating your price before draining the water. And since you have an easy access of draining water, they will wait patiently. But if you have a netting pond, that means you need to drain the water before they come in the morning, so that they can see the pond, the fishes. And by the time they saw your fishes, they started negotiating wrongly, because they know the fishes is already stressed. And with a tarpaulin pond, your fishes will never be stressed. And it is very, very cheap to fabricate, unlike the concrete pond and the plastic tank and the fiber glass too as well. It is very, very cheap to install and construct. It is non-toxin or not corrosive, which is very, very important for your fish growth too as well. So it is easy to treat. You can do the treatment. If you want to stock in a tarpaulin pond in just a day, you can treat it with red oil, you wash it out, and you stock immediately. It's very, very easy. It is easy to remove. It is movable. You can take it to any location that you wanted. Those are the kind of advantages you get from a tarpaulin pond. Um, it's ideal for farmers in a rented apartment. Maybe you have a rented land, or you are living in a rented apartment. It's very, very good for you. So by the time you are moving to your own site, you can move it as well, unlike the concrete pond. It is easy to maintain and cheaper compared to other surface pond, which are the very good advantages that you can get from the tarpaulin pond. And again, tarpaulin ponds have different colors, depend on the color separation that you really want. You can separate the colors by you can mix red, blue, white, any amount, but make sure that you get a very good tarpaulin pond. And the reinforcement, because this is the season 1 of this video, by the time I release the season 2, I'll be telling you the mistake to avoid using a tarpaulin pond, because everything that has an advantages do have equal disadvantages. So in the season 2 of this video, I'll be mentioning and be taking you through the mistakes to avoid using a tarpaulin pond. Once again, my name is Ogun DTM, the anchor of Catfish Solution Place Academy. Make sure that you subscribe as you are watching to this YouTube page. Please make sure that you click on the subscription button. And before you go, make sure that you check the bell button, that means the notification button. Click on the notification button. This will alert you when I released a new video, so that you can be the first to watch when I release my new video. And make sure that you give your feedbacks on the feedback columns, that means the comment section. Make sure that you like, share, invite your friend, invite people to learn original practical training on catfish farming. Make sure that you listen to my words, some of these teachings on my YouTube page too as well. And you can, for those of you that have not joined my online mentorship program, it's just a token, and this will drive you a smooth ride to a successful catfish business. Make sure that you join that too as well. Make sure that you join my free WhatsApp group training, where I do free trainings for farmers every single day. Thank you very much. This is the setting. I'll be taking you through the part 2, the season 2, where we'll be doing the inlet and outlet fixing and other part of it. Thank you very much again. Thanks for watching. My name is Ogun DTM. God bless you.